Hello, folks. I greet you one more time. This is the one you know, Enterprise TV, and Homo Politicus remains the flagship show. So we'll go there like a friendly octopus. We claw at any issue that gets thrown up in our time. Today, a former president's sententious rhetoric. Obasanjo nails Buhari and Tinubu for Nigeria's woes. He says Nigeria is a failed state. You know, in our checkered history, two country heads, that is presidents with a lot of ink in the pen, come to mind. The one, the first, and journalist, Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe. The other, a soldier, later turned Democrat, Olusegun Obasanjo. The latter, who comes over as a modern-day purist and never-sinning personage. Retired General Olusegun Obasanjo is given to moralizing in an affected way. In faraway Connecticut, United States, the former president delivered a most damning verdict on the administration of President Bola Tinubu and ex-country head Muhammadu Buhari. Obasanjo would like you and I to believe that Nigeria has become a failed state under the All Progressives Congress APC, that's APC government, of Baba Goslo, that's Buhari, and Emilio Kon, obviously Tinubu. To him, both men have led Nigeria into a state of chaos, insecurity, and underdevelopment. And just to add that his speech delivered at the Chinua Achebe Leadership Forum at the Yale University, United States, was pre-recorded. But scholars of history are quick to recall that ours is a guilt by association. That's collective guilt, if you like. The Nigerian bad story has been a long time coming, and for one member of the ruling elite to be sententious and moralistic. Did you get that? The Nigerian bad story has been a long time coming for one member of the ruling elite to be sententious and moralistic. My guest this morning knows the whole story, and so he'll give context to it. So let's meet and greet the breezy Cyril Abaku. Cyril is a broadcaster and a communications expert. He finds time to talk Nigeria. Cyril, I greet you.
I'm very happy to be here with you.
Okay. Cyril, so what President Obasanjo has done is nothing new.
Yes, it's not.
So you expected that to have come
Of
from
course,
him.
of course. You know,
Rightly or wrongly?
well, it depends on which way we want to look at the matters. Both the texts and the context in which he said what he said are issues that more often than not would call or draw one's attention to the decay and rot of the Nigerian state. But you're also right that the Nigerian bad case has been long in coming.
Yeah.
Now, yes, but more than 40 years of sermonizing hasn't changed it. Scholars have written about it. Politicians have made promises to change it. Coup plotters have copiously said they are going to turn the tide. Obasanjo himself, as an epistolary literary craftsman, who has written letters to every leader that has led since after he left office.
Except himself.
Except himself. You wonder how such a stark irony, rises up so high like a mountain, in which he always knows the right thing to be done, but has never been the one to give himself to doing it. But the point again is, Obasanjo has this unique quality that when he speaks, you are tempted very often to put the messenger away and probe the message. This is the
Yeah. But experts are telling us sometimes if the messenger has a penchant for spoiling a bad case, you do not expect a message from him to be redeeming. Cyril, he has been there twice. He came first as a soldier in khaki, so he came a second time and had all of 8 years to...
Arguably thrice, because of course he did a term and did another term.
Okay.
Except that because they came back to back, you could say twice, but twice.
So he had ample time, if you ask me, to right the wrongs.
this is exactly the challenge I also have with Mr. President. He always sees what others should do right, whereas he never sees what he should have done.
And of course, I'm sure you know that Transparency International has the endorsement of Obasanjo and Obi Ezekwesili. They are board members.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah,
but
laughable.
Well, I mean, because of course his performance in office, his record doesn't really tally with his with the name or image. Yes, he appears to. Yes,
he wants to cut.
If you look at Obasanjo in post-civil war Nigeria, no other Nigerian has enjoyed greater wider acceptance than he has done. Even in Africa, in the arguably in the post founding fathers era, Obasanjo towers very high among leaders who have
but if you are not scandalized by it, I am. That former President Obasanjo would want to be the only cock that crows. You know, that's an irony.
Yeah, but I mean, again, you know, Obasanjo is that bellwether of a statesman whose opinion is heard far and wide across the world. And so, at this year's Chena Achebe lecture, everything he has said, maybe a little bit of pondering, a little bit of reflection, may help us look at the things he said specifically and ask ourselves, why? I mean, so Obasanjo, yes, in a way, is responsible. Why is it that more than 20 years after he left office, we haven't moved on from where he left us?
Yeah, but a storyteller will talk about building blocks. Let's look at those blocks.
I agree with you.
20 years ago. So he laid the foundation. What foundation?
Yes, but it's like saying...
No. I expect you to tell me Obasanjo laid glowing foundations.
No. That's where... So for example, even if he wasn't the one who really necessarily initiated it, the revolution or the regulation we now have in telecoms, you know, sort of...
No. You talked about breaking down what he said. You talked about insecurity and so on. I recall that under him, Mohammed Yusuf, the spiritual leader of and founder of Boko Haram, was killed.
He was killed
extrajudiciously, and nothing was done.
Under Yaradua, not under Obasanjo.
Well, okay. No. Obasanjo visited two people linked to Boko Haram, and when he visited them and left, the two were killed.
He was told initially that Boko Haram was an attempt to spite his government because it was a southerner. It was a southerner, and that it will die a natural death. We've had these things again and again. The reason some of us look at Obasanjo as someone who could have done much better was because if you looked at...
He had a military background.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you look at Yaradua, Jonathan, Buhari, and
the incumbent.
The incumbent. Clearly, Obasanjo had a stronger hold on things. He had a stronger hold.
Like power?
No. He had a stronger hold on things to enable him do better. Citizen Jones. Obasanjo had a stronger hold on the nation that should have given him a wide berth to do a lot of good things. But he didn't do. The government wound up being corrupt. Imagine spending $16 billion on power. What came out of it? We also heard that ended. I mean, people have spoken very loudly about the defense contracts.
Yeah.
The one defense contractor, was it one Mr. Makonjola also? And where all that money went? You know what I mean? How about
Cyril, that former President Obasanjo single-handedly liquidated the Nigeria Airways. I cannot rationalize it. I don't know if you can.
No, I mean the list goes on and on. This is the reason I've said that he had all the power to do a lot of good, but he blew it basically.
Was he hampered?
No, that's what I'm saying. He needs to explain to us why he blew the chance he got, because ever since he left office, we have not had any leader that had the sort of hawkish presence that he enjoyed unassailably. Okay. So what really went wrong? We need to ask Obasanjo. Obasanjo had the latitude to fire and hire ministers as he wanted. Yes, and again, arguably apart from Jonathan, I don't think any government has had the blessing of technocrats as Obasanjo did. There was a particular Nigerian Arguably after the likes of Professor Rewan Lukman, Edmond Dakuru is arguably one of Nigeria's
in the oil ministry.
Yes, he was Dakuru.
Now you've gone there. Obasanjo was the substantive minister of petroleum resources, and yet our refineries remained down.
You had Funsho Kupolokun, you had the troika of
Gaius Obaseki.
Obaseki was there. Very visionary leader. You had Soludo come on board as chief economic advisor.
Okay.
You had Obezekwesili. You had Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala.
Yeah.
You had the creme de la creme.
I hear a team is as good as the captain.
It was a galaxy of talents. But what did he do with them? For some people now, in the end, he wound up now using these so-called technocrats as a guise, as a cat's paw to get any elongation.
Now EFCC came under his watch, and you got the conspiracy theorists went to town. They said Obasanjo was using EFCC to nail his opponents, rightly or wrongly.
No, but
did you hear that?
Of course I did, but Obasanjo looked at critically, has questions to answer. Why did he set up the EFCC without consulting with the states?
Yeah.
The Supreme Court now dismissed the suit, but the fact is, he may be to the chagrin because if no court worth its onions will look at the law forming the EFCC and give it a pass mark. Frankly speaking, this thing is clear, in black and white. But today, what happens in our country, nobody speaks. There's a reason I embrace Obasanjo on this point. It is because he is saying what a lot of people would rather not say. They've all gone quiet. They've all shut their mouth up.
But in this regard, Obasanjo is no longer the center of attraction than former Ibrahim Babangida was. Obasanjo, like Babangida, enjoyed a lot of
Goodwill.
Yeah, but they frittered
yes.
the goodwill away.
Yes, they did. They did. And it's the reason when Obasanjo speaks, there's a lot of mixed feeling to take or not to take.
Yeah.
The messenger versus the message. As a person, his record is not something you want to touch with a fish pole, yes.
At this point to attempt a street wisdom. I don't know about your place. So in my place, if an egg gets cracked, you don't fix it. So it's crazy that after 64 years of being, my country, your country is in a bad place. Not because the current government caused it, but because from infancy, the baby was tossed up and down.
What a pity. But again, the point with that...
What a mighty shame. And we have had military and Agbada politicians.
Now, the point is, I wish that...
At the hem.
I wish that this current presidency would have also been able to say, okay, Mr. Obasanjo, you didn't do any better when you were in office. But
the presidency is firing back at him.
By showing him what they've done in 1 year, that has catapulted and eclipsed everything he did. But sadly, it's not there. So this is the thing. If you reduce this battle to be a battle of the Tinubu presidency versus the Obasanjo presidency, look at what our presidencies are doing. You be thief and no be thief. You be robber and no be robber. And they are doing whatever they like. Well,
I remember that song. Argument, you know.
You be thief and no be thief.
Yeah.
You be robber and no be robber. That's why they've reduced governance at the highest level.
Of course, another of Fela's songs that comes to mind here would be Upside Down. Upside down getting meaning too. Up or down.
I have to add, I only Nigerian, I upside down get meaning.
Crazy, very, very, very
upside
crazy.
Down not supposed to get meaning anyway.
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
yeah.
upside down is upside down.
Yeah,
wrong is wrong, right is right.
Yeah. Malcolm X gave us that. It doesn't matter who does it. You know, wrong is wrong. What's wrong is wrong. What's right is right. And so, is it too late to fix Nigeria?
It is never late. But the question is, you know, they say the journey of 1,000 miles begins with
One step. Giant step, not just a step.
A giant step that even reassures you that you're on your way to such a place.
Yeah.
I pray.
So you think this country, as pummeled as it appears to be, can reinvent itself?
I hope it. Of course, Nigeria can.
Okay.
Nigeria can. It's just a matter of leadership and the courage and the boldness to do what is right. We can.
No, we talk about courage so much in this country that you think courage is something we cannot. Is it something you import?
No, it is something you nurse from within.
Yeah.
I hope that our leaders are able to summon the courage to do the needful. We've seen people do courageously, even in Nigeria. Governors, council chairmen, heads of agencies and parastatals.
Sir, I'm forced to inject the Miss Universe pageant that just ended. The Nigerian South African, have we?
Nigerian.
Okay. With a lot of pull from South Africa, became the first runner-up. So, regardless, we can reinvent.
She's Nigerian, and
okay.
look at what she's done. She even broke the record Agbane Darego set.
Yeah.
Agbane was Miss World, then I think was 3rd or 4th Miss Universe. Okay, but imagine that Chidema has made us proud. Chidema, Chidema if you like. Mena Chidema, our Chidema. She has made us proud.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and we're happy. It just tells you that if we want to get anything done, we can get it done.
And we have the potential.
Look, more than
yeah.
All we need to do is to get a gatekeeper, a leader, a goalkeeper, who is able to put the ball in the air. And once he has done that, everybody will run and pursue it. It's possible. We are just not.
Yeah, I agree. The goalkeeper, they say, is the last line of defense.
And that is, like Truman said, the buck stops
at his table.
At his table. So what we must do is for the president as goalkeeper to put the ball in the air, high up there, and let everyone begin to run towards it.
Yeah.
Pastor Adeboye said that if not for that God had intervened, that even a dollar would have gone for 10,000 naira. I believe him. Do you know why? I believe him. It is because of the opacity of government.
Yeah, I talked in my prologue about guilty by association, collective guilt. But I know of people who have said this is not the time to begin to trade blames. When
will the time come? It will never be time for anything. The point is that if you don't blame and shame, you are allowing wrong to metastasize, and metastasize it will. What is wrong is wrong.
Yeah.
What is right?
I hear we must take this home. So, if it is possible, paraphrase it briefly. A former president's sententious rhetoric, Obasanjo nails Buhari, Tinubu for Nigeria's woes. Right or wrong?
Very right. Because even...
No, right. It is his right to nail them.
Yes. But is he right in doing so?
That's why you should tell me.
Exactly, because
it's guilt by association.
If Obasanjo,
almost every country had Cyril.
If Obasanjo,
we must apply the brakes here, but not before thanking you for your time.
My pleasure.
So the debate continues. Yes, former President Obasanjo means many things to many people. Some like him or loathe him. They say he's been like a recurring decimal in our body politic. But should he be the only member of the elite class, that will be sententious and moralistic? The debate continues. Until I come your way again, this is yours sincerely, Citizen Jones Hussein, thanking you for your time. Bye-bye now.